Welcome to the Business of Craft podcast presented by Stitchcraft Marketing. For nearly 16 years, we've taught retailers, manufacturers, and makers in the craft space how to thrive. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss an episode. And if you like what you hear, leave a review to help others find our content.
Hey everybody, and welcome to episode 5 of Business of Craft. It's Leanne here, and I want to start today with a simple but powerful question. What are you working towards in your business right now? And I don't mean just, are you surviving it? Are you winging it? I mean, we're all doing that all the time, right? But I want to know, what are your real, tangible, measurable goals? I know a lot of you right now are having like this little internal panic moment, and you're like, oh gosh, I know she's going to lecture me. I really should be better about your goal setting. And I'm not going to lecture you today. Maybe just a little bit. But I just want you to know you're not alone. Most craft business owners are wildly passionate. We're deeply creative. We spend a lot of time in that right side of our brains. And so strategy and spreadsheets and math and goal setting is just not something that comes intuitively to us. I'm going to be the first one to raise my hand and say I'm in that camp as well. And I have to kind of be forced into doing those things. So here's the truth. If you don't know where you're going, it's really hard to get there, right? And without getting super woo-woo on you today, I'm going to just remind you, and this is a reminder for myself as well, that there are plenty of people who say that manifesting is a powerful tool in the universe, and that writing things down and setting goals is part of what makes that whole process happen. And so I wanted to give you some research-based evidence around this. I didn't want to just throw it out at you. I mean, it's something I've believed in for a really long time, that if you put something out in the universe, you can manifest it. But I thought my listeners are going to need something more tangible than that. So the first one I came up with is Gail Matthews from the Dominican University, a study in 2007. And in the study of nearly 270 participants, people who wrote down their goals and then shared them with a friend were 33% more successful in accomplishing them than those who only formulated goals mentally. It wasn't just the goal setting or thinking about what your goals are. It was the act of writing those down that really made the difference. And we know that writing, especially if there are those of you that do reflective journaling, or you just make this part of your business processes, it activates your prefrontal cortex, which is your brain's decision-making and planning center. So we really shouldn't be surprised by this, that writing down our goals helps us to achieve them. I have another one for you here. Peter Gollwitzer in 1999 showed that forming specific plans, such as if X happens, then I'll do Y, will increase the likelihood of goal completion. And then the last one for you, Dr. Jordan Peterson from the University of Toronto, in his self-authoring suite research, showed that people who wrote out their plans and reflections significantly improved academic performance and reduced dropout rates. In his conclusion, writing clarifies our priorities, it reduces cognitive load, and turns abstract intentions into concrete actions. And I think the cognitive load piece is really interesting as creatives, as people that are working in the craft industry. We have a need to preserve that space in our brains for creativity. And so when we are bogged down with too much decision-making, too much just, monkeys in the brain, we can't be as creative as our fullest potential. So learning how to do SMART goals and write them down and make goal setting a regular part of your business process in your craft business, I think can really help you be a more creative person, because you're clearing out all that space. You're getting it on paper. You're getting it out of the way. And now you can focus on designing that new thing or launching that new product or being creative in any way that your business, you allow yourself to express in your business. So in chapter 6 of our book, Marketing Magic for Savvy Craft Businesses, and our subtitle is Supercharge Your Social Media, Market to Makers, and Build Better Customer Relationships. In chapter 6, we dive into just this topic, setting smart goals and smarter goals. So just to break it down, I'm sure you've heard the acronym before. Your SMART goal is going to be S stands for specific, M stands for measurable, A stands for achievable, R is for relevant, and time is for time bound. Okay, so I'm going to give you 2 examples so you know the difference. The first one is I want to grow my online sales. I would say 75% of the people that I talk to that come to our agency looking for help, that is one of their goals. That's what they share with us in our intake meetings. And so I have to challenge them, and we help coach them to refine those into SMART goals, which would be something more like, I want to increase my online sales by 20% over the next 6 months by running a targeted email and social media campaign. See the difference there? One, I would say, is just a wish. You're just kind of throwing things out there. And the other is a plan. It's a SMART goal. And so I want you to start thinking about your goals in terms of how can I make my wishes or my general goals smarter? And then there are some people that will add 2 more letters, E, which would be evaluated, and R, which would be reviewed. So when you're evaluating, you want to be checking in regularly to see if you're on track. So over the course of that 6 months, you might be doing a little bar chart of what your online sales looks like. So you can see, are you on track for achieving the 20%? And then at the end of 6 months, you're going to look at the reviewed piece and go in and see, did you achieve your goal? And just real quickly, I want to say, I see so many clients fall short on this back end of their goal setting. So they can set the goal using the SMART structure, and then they forget to go in and look at their analytics or however you're measuring the outcome of that goal. And many of you know in 2023, Stitchcraft Marketing did an independent research study of over 900 craft retailers. And we specifically asked you, how many of you are checking your analytics? And can you guess what that number is? I mean, maybe just think about it, what it is for yourself. So in our study, only 14% were collecting data, and only 4% were actually utilizing data to inform your marketing strategy. So in my mind, that means none of you are doing it. If only 4% of you are actually going in and looking at your analytics. So this might be, if your SMART goal is what your online sales are, you're going to be going into your POS analytics and looking at that 6-month stretch and seeing what the rate of growth was on your online sales. I mean, really, this is a 15-minute exercise, but most craft retailers are not doing this.
Your website is often the first thing a customer sees when they're learning more about your crafty business. Make that first best impression with a modern, functional, intuitive website that delivers your content quickly and cleanly. We offer a comprehensive website audit that covers technical aspects, layout, and design, as well as a full customer journey experience. Then, we present our findings to you and provide a checklist of priorities. Do your upgrades yourself or get an estimate for us to complete the work. Learn more at stitchcraftmarketing.com.
All right, so let's go back to a couple of other examples. So let's say you had a goal of growing your newsletter list. That's super vague, right? So we can help you reframe that into a smarter goal, which might look like this. I would like to add 300 new subscribers to our email list by the end of Q2 by offering a free downloadable knitting pattern in exchange for sign up and then promoting it through Instagram and cross-promoting with a complimentary brand. And I think you can get even more specific within that SMART goal. So you can talk about how often you're going to promote on Instagram. Are you going to do 3 posts a week, 5 posts a week? What's the complementary brand and what does that cross promotion look like? Split that out into smaller mini goals so that you are achieving that goal. And I think with that goal, you've got a clear deadline. You've got a better idea of what success looks like. And you've got the strategy built right into your SMART goal. So here's your reflection exercise for the week. I want you to pick one area of your business. So maybe it's your newsletter, maybe it's something on social media. I know a lot of clients right now are giving me feedback that their social media channels are lagging in engagement. So maybe that's something you take a look at this year. It could be your in-store events. It could be the classes that you're offering. It could be something around product development like kits. I know I encourage a lot of you to create exclusive kits in your shop. So maybe your goals are around how many kits you can create. I mean, there's really so many places in your craft business that you can apply this SMART goal overlay. And number 2, I want you to sit down and set smarter goals for the next 90 days. And this could be something you do with your employees, with your partner, your integrator, your mentor. It really could be anybody, just to add in that little extra layer of accountability, because I want you to be able to track your progress here. And if you're not really sure where to start, I'll just throw out a couple of basic goals that we've helped clients with in the past, just to kind of get your juices flowing. And remember, with these, you're going to have to fill in the specifics, all the SMART part. But it might be you're increasing your average order value by $10 in the next quarter. And just by the way, we happen to have a blog post on the steps to increase average order value that we just published on our blog, which is at stitchcraftmarketing.com/blog. So if you're like, oh, great, I really want to increase my order value, but I don't know how. Well, we got you covered there. Maybe it's secure 100 participants for your fall Bernina event. We've got tons of clients that are Bernina retailers, and I know they are spending a lot of money on the events. And so it's super important for you to get butts in the seats for those events. Another one might be to build your Facebook group and grow to 500 members by the year end. Or it could be collaborate with 3 craft influencers in the next 90 days. Because we know that's been a real effective marketing strategy, is to work with influencers. Of course, the important thing is I want you to make your goal visible and actionable. We are visual people in crafts, right? We're passionate about color. We're stimulated and inspired by beautiful things. So let's use this to our advantage. Maybe today you go and pick up a gorgeous pad of sticky notes. I don't know, however the creative piece of this inspires you, and put your goals into a visual medium so that that's stimulating for you. Another tip is to have your regular team meetings, like with your employees, where you're reviewing your top 5 goals for the quarter, and add that element of accountability. Maybe, again, you have somebody that's your integrator on your team, someone that helps you get things done to hold you accountable. Because I think when you shift from the I hope this works to a mindset of I am tracking my progress every week, you're going to step into a whole new level of leadership for your business. And you're going to start to see the wheels turning and the success happening. And you're going to become way more intentional in your business. You're going to be more strategic. You're going to feel more empowered. And this is where we always say the magic happens. This is the magical part. And we want to be able to help you with that by helping you create some smart goals. So if you haven't picked up the book already, page 168 and 169 has some additional worksheets where you can write out your SMART goals step by step. You can either print those out, or we've got a way for you to download using a little special secret password that you can find in the book. And then you can print out those worksheets. Maybe you just do, again, a set of them for every quarter. If you're wondering where to get the book, again, it's Marketing Magic for Savvy Craft Businesses. You can go to our website, stitchcraftmarketing.com/magic. And you'll see our landing page there where you can order directly from us. We will ship it out to you. Or if you are a fan of Amazon and Kindle and you want that version, you can go to the link there and purchase it directly from Amazon. All right. Thank you for listening. And we will see you on the next episode of Business of Craft. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Business of Craft. Hey, before you go, don't forget about all of our free resources, including our monthly Magic newsletter, our twice monthly blogs, our free live monthly office hours where you can jump on, learn a topic, and get a little bit of free consulting, our executive summary of the 2023 research for craft retailers that you can download directly from our website. And we have a lot of tutorial videos as well as recordings of all of our past office hours on our YouTube channel. So find all those resources at our website, stitchcraftmarketing.com. And on our website, you can also purchase a copy of our book, Marketing Magic for Savvy Craft Businesses, in Kindle, paperback, or audio format. See you next time.